Hello and welcome today to the 11th RLIGOLF podcast of 2018. You're listening to your PGA professional Ryan Ingram, and if you haven't tuned in with us before, we release one podcast per week talking about swing tips, hot topics within the golfing world, and day-to-day life as a golf pro. In this week's episode, we are going to talk about how Rory Mcilroy stopped his dry spell with his putter, and how we can do exactly the same thing. So let's get started to holing some more putts. So as we know, putting is a game within itself. Sometimes we hole putts, sometimes we don't, and we get frustrated when we don't, and it puts more pressure on us trying to hole our next putt or into the next hole, trying to make a putt to compensate for that 3 putt, maybe that 4 putt even on the last hole. So how's Rory Mcilroy overcome this, and how has he won his first tournament in 18 months using his flat stick? So we know Rory Mcilroy can hit the golf ball past anyone else really far, but he's been having a struggle on the greens. And how has he changed this coming into the Arnie Invitational, producing fantastic numbers on the greens, best strokes gained over the field with something like 10.2 strokes gained against the field, and only having 100 putts for all 4 rounds, which is the best he's putted throughout his whole PGA career. So what does that tell you? And what has he done prior to the Arnie Invitational to get these results? If anyone's seen the final day in the Arnie Invitational, Rory Mcilroy shot a 64 final round, which was astonishing for a final round score. And it was his putter that made him win that tournament, with 5 birdies in the last 6 holes, just missing a putt on 17 also, and he could have made that 6 out of 6. But he started the week with a new putter, and this is the interesting part. Coming into a tournament with a new putter, yes, many players do so, but it generally normally takes some time to get used to that putter and be happy with it. So what was the secret ingredient in Mcilroy being able to come in with a new putter and win that week? So Mcilroy started the week with asking the TaylorMade Tour truck to come up with a new putter designed somewhat like his old Scotty Cameron putter that he won in 2014. I think it was 2 majors that year he won, and probably had his best year yet with that putter. So Chris Trott, I believe his name is, the TaylorMade fitter on the truck, he came up with a putter, gave Rory Mcilroy a couple of options to use, go and practice with, and he came out with a putter called the TP Black Copper Soto Proto. So this was the one that he used in the Bay Hill Arnie Invitational. The specs of this putter were 508 grams of weight with a D1 swing weighting, and his lie angle, I believe, was 71.25 with 2.75 degrees of loft. This length of the putter was also 34.25 inches, and he chose the putter with a sirloin insert. So he originally gave Rory Mcilroy a one like his Scotty Cameron, which didn't have an insert in the putter. However, he also gave him another option with this insert in, and this is the one he chose after practicing with these 2 putters, along with other multiple options. So this new change, we can say, had a big impact, obviously, with a win for him within that 18-month period. But we know ourselves, changing equipment doesn't always fix the issue. It only gives us a confidence boost for a certain amount of time. And hopefully, from this week, we can see Mcilroy putting a lot better, coming into the Masters tournament in a couple of weeks' time and contending for that event, as he's done pretty poorly in over the years, maybe wanting it too much, but we'll see this year, hopefully coming in with a bit of confidence with this new putter, and we'll see him up there against the rest of the guys. So moving off from his equipment change, we know Mcilroy's been working pretty hard on his putting over the last year or two, trying to improve his stroke, his method. But in this last couple of weeks, he's been working with a guy called Brad Faxon. If you haven't heard of him, he was a good putter back in his day, and he's given Mcilroy a bit of confidence going into, obviously, last week, and it's worked well for him. But what was the message he gave to Mcilroy to help him produce the results that he did last week? Brad Faxon basically had a few lessons with Mcilroy, and they start talking about the instinctiveness of your putting stroke and allowing yourself to just putt freely rather than being hesitant, wanting to hold that putt. He's told Mcilroy to kind of think about, well, if I miss, so what? If I hold it, wonderful, but it's not the be-all and end-all. Don't get frustrated. Let's go to the next hole and just try to do exactly the same thing. Act like you were putting as a kid and you didn't really care if it went or not, and it was more free. So he's freeing up his stroke. He's allowing himself to be instinctive with what's in front of him, not feeling too much method. So going back to, let's say, his distance that he's taking the putter back, or he's feeling that he's coming the inside and outside with his putting stroke. His club face is open, let's say. He's not thinking about that stuff over the golf ball. What he's thinking about is the target. What has he got to do to achieve that target? He's doing his practice swings, feeling them, feeling the movement. Let's get that swing. Okay, that feels right. Let's produce that over the golf ball. If it goes in, happy days. If it doesn't, okay, let's move on. Let's try to hold the next putt. And this has helped Mcilroy, as we've seen this week, just to relay back to his childhood. He's even said that in his interviews afterwards, that he feels like he's putting much better like he was back in 2014 when he was winning them majors. So hopefully he can carry on to doing this in the coming weeks. And hopefully, like we said before, in these major championship, the first one of the year, the Masters. So he's pointed Mcilroy to a relaxed mindset, giving him a psychological change and going on the golf course a lot more freer when he's onto the putting green. Just allow him to trust his ability, trust his method that he's been working on over the last couple of years, and seeing what happens from that, which we know last week it was pretty good. I mean, 5 birdies in the last 6 holes down that back 9 stretch was fantastic to see. Bombing drives, yes, we know he can always do that, but for holding them putts, even that chip in on 16, we knew Rory Mcilroy, as he was walking up them fairways, was back, and he was nice and relaxed, strutting up them fairways, chipping in on 16. It just kind of capitalised on what a great last round it was. I mean, we've never really seen Mcilroy hole 25-foot putts, or even the shorter putts. He wasn't really holding them a great deal. He was missing a few. He lacked in confidence over the last 18 months, especially with his putter. But this week, great confidence boost. What Brad Faxon's done is just give him a relaxed mindset, which has obviously helped him out a great deal. Mcilroy's on the golf course, pretending that he's like a kid again, and it seems to be working for him. So how can we take that into our game, and what drills have I got for you today that you can go either in the house or on the putting green when you're practicing next, be able to free yourself up, free up that method that you've been working on, and sink more putts. So one thing that I like to do when I'm on the putting green or practicing me putting is a field-based drill, which is picking yourself a target, having a few practice strokes, closing your eyes while you're doing so you're relating what you're feeling through that stroke to that image that's in your head. So that psychological image, you've got that picture in your mind of where that golf ball's going to end up. Again, you're picturing that golf ball going in the hole while you're feeling this stroke through them practices. What you're going to do now is go over the golf ball, get yourself set up, then close them eyes again, making sure that you're relaxed. You're now relating that feeling that you had in your practice stroke, and you're trying to produce that exactly the same movement while your eyes are closed again. While our eyes are closed, we've got much more awareness of what we are doing with our body, the club, and the result, you can know whether you've got that golf ball nice and close to the hole, or that club face is opened or closed through the golf ball. you've landed it short, you've hit it too long, you'll be able to know a lot more if your eyes were closed of the feedback that you're getting, rather than when your eyes are open, you're straight up, you're looking generally where the golf balls went before it even got there. So start to do this drill, start to close your eyes when you're putting, maybe start with a 10-foot putt, get a few of them balls rolling into that hole, and then start to pick different targets, start to mix that up a bit, hit 2 golf balls to a 25-foot target, hit 2 golf balls to a 35-foot target, then hit 2 golf balls to a 5-foot target. So you're changing this up. Again, we are not on the golf course hitting 10-foot putts all the time. So yes, it's a great block coaching method that you can practice when you're working on your method of your swing or stroke changes, but we want to be instinctive while we're doing this. We want to think about we're on the golf course. We never have the same putt on the golf course, so why do we practice the same putt on the practice putting green? This is going to get you relaxed. It's going to free up that stroke, allowing yourself to get better results towards that target and sinking more putts. Another one I like to use is just the right-handed drills. So we're going to grip that golf club just with our right hand. We're going to use that right hand, that feel hand, to moving that putter back and through the golf ball, not gripping too tight, but we're just going to relax ourselves, just allowing that putter to go back and through the golf ball. Hitting, yes we can, different length putts again, be instinctive, be reactive to where you're changing up. On the golf course, we're not hitting the same putts, so don't practice this way, especially when it comes to feel. When we want to be relaxed, we want to take all of the mechanics out of what we are doing. The last drill you can do, and I want to share with you, is a 9-hole challenge. So put yourself under that pressured environment. See if you can just close your eyes, stay relaxed while you've got a scorecard in your hand. With this 9-hole challenge, we want a 2-putt every hole. That would be a lot consistent. We would find consistency within our putting. However, we do want to hold some of them putts as well. So mark it down. Give yourself a test. How many putts has it taken me to go around 9 holes on a putting green? Give yourself that challenge. And then from there, you've got a basis to work from. Every time you have a putting session, you can finish off with this little task and you can see if you're getting better. So you've got 18 the first time you've done it. From here, we can go, okay, can I get 17? Can I get 16? Can I get 15 putts? Can I hole 3 of them putts via 1 putt rather than 2 putts? This will give you a lot more confidence on the golf course, going and trying to hole each putt rather than just tapping that up there, looking for that 2 putt. Let's start to think about getting them golf balls in the hole. If we think this way as well, psychologically, it's going to give us a better edge and get that golf ball closer to that hole, rather than just tapping that golf ball up towards that hole and still leaving ourselves that 4 or 5 foot tester that we don't want to have. We can only measure our progress if we are giving ourselves tasks like this, recording what we are doing, and from here we'll be able to build up some statistics to say, okay, I am improving in this department. My short putts from 10 feet are excellent. Okay, my weakest area of my game on my putting is my 25-foot putts. So the next time you go and practice, you need to work on your 25-foot putts, get them closer to that hole so you've got that little tap in rather than that 4 or 5-foot putt I've just mentioned. So there's an insight to Rory Mcilroy's win and how he achieved a good putting statistic last week at the Arnie Invitational. Take these drills to your game. This will improve it. Become a bit more instinctive. Don't worry about missing the putt. Rather think, I'm going to hold this. Give yourself some confidence. Give yourself a psychological edge when you're next out to look and hold that putt. From any distance, you will achieve a better outcome. You've been listening to your PGA professional, Ryan Ingram. If you don't already, follow my social media links where you can find me and more content at RLIGolf on all social media platforms, and also YouTube at RLIGolf, where you can find drills like I've just mentioned to help improve your game. Thanks for listening, and until next time, bye for now.